Starting a construction project brings a rush of momentum, but getting the steel in the air is entirely different from successfully finishing the job. We need to look closely at the closeout phase. This is the sequence of events that stretches from achieving practical completion all the way to settling the final account. Fumbling this final stretch has immediate consequences. A disorganized closeout leads directly to legal disputes, withheld retention payments, and serious operational failures for the client. In the construction industry, there is a common saying, "You are only as good as your last project." The way you handle the handover process becomes your permanent reputation. Mastering the specific steps of a clean closeout builds client trust, secures your final financial payments, and ultimately guarantees repeat business. Step 1 is reaching practical completion, or PC. Under standard contracts, practical completion means the building is fit for its intended purpose. It does not mean the building is 100% flawless. Just before PC is officially granted, the principal agent conducts a comprehensive site inspection to evaluate the work against the original contract specifications. This inspection generates the snag list. A snag list is a formal document detailing minor defective work the contractor must rectify within a specific timeframe. These items are generally cosmetic or minor functional issues, like paint touch-ups, fixing sticking doors, or missing light switch covers. Once the principal agent certifies practical completion, a major shift occurs. The primary risk for the site transfers from the contractor to the employer, and the defects liability period officially begins. At this stage, the site transitions from a contractor's active workspace into the client's occupable asset. The contractor's primary responsibility for the structure is now limited to rectifying the agreed-upon defects. The physical building is only one half of the final delivery. A project remains contractually open until all procurement and technical documentation is collected, indexed, and filed. This requires accurate as-built drawings. During construction, field modifications are inevitable. As-built drawings must reflect the exact final placement of all structural and mechanical elements, not just the original architectural intentions. Next, you must deliver the Operations and Maintenance, or O&M, manuals. Think of these as the essential instruction booklets required to run the facility. These manuals contain mandatory troubleshooting guides, detailed technical documentation for manufacturers, and specific cleaning instructions to maintain high-end finishes. You must also hand over all legal guarantees, warranties, and mandatory compliance certificates. Depending on the build, this includes signed certificates for electrical, plumbing, gas, and glazing installations. Failing to compile these specific documents means the municipality will legally withhold the final occupation certificate, rendering the physical building entirely useless to the client. Handing over a modern building is similar to handing over a commercial jet. The client's team needs pilot training to operate it safely. Standard contracts require the main contracting team and specialist subcontractors to train the client's facility managers. This involves specialized demonstrations for all critical systems, including smart lighting networks, fire detection arrays, and safe roof access procedures. Once the training is complete, there is a vital administrative requirement. You must officially document and sign off that this operational training has successfully occurred. Comprehensive user training prevents catastrophic operational failures and eliminates costly callbacks caused entirely by user error during the first few months of occupancy. Now we fast forward the timeline. Typically 3 to 12 months after practical completion, the defects liability period comes to an end. This waiting period exists to expose latent defects. These are hidden issues that only reveal themselves after full weather cycles or extended daily use. The principal agent returns to conduct a final inspection. They generate an ultimate snag list based entirely on these newly revealed defects. Once the contractor rectifies these final issues, the principal agent issues the Certificate of Final Completion. This is the definitive document proving the contractor has fully discharged every contractual obligation. Concurrently, the quantity surveyor finalizes the final account. They measure the final quantities of materials used and settle any open claims for schedule delays or scope changes. This leads to the ultimate financial payoff. Achieving final completion and signing the final account triggers the release of the final retention money back to the contractor. Reaching final completion is the ultimate commercial and legal endpoint. It frees all parties from liability and closes the project's books permanently. Consider a scenario where a contractor finishes a visually flawless residential estate, but neglects to compile the necessary health, safety, and compliance paperwork until the final week of the schedule. Because the paperwork is incomplete, the municipality denies the occupancy certificate. The client faces massive delays, and the contractor's reputation is severely damaged. This happens frequently due to 3 common industry mistakes: leaving O&M manuals to the last minute, rushing the initial snagging process, and dragging out open financial claims. Pro tip 1. Start compiling closeout documentation on day 1. Make the submission of as-builts and compliance certificates a strict condition of your subcontractor's monthly progress payments. Pro tip 2. Utilize digital construction platforms. Software tools allow you to track document versions, snag lists, and site instructions in real time, keeping the entire team aligned. Pro tip 3. Enforce rigid quality management during the actual build. Catching errors early prevents rework later, ensuring your final snag list remains short and manageable. Adopting a proactive Day 1 administrative approach eliminates the chaotic end-of-project scramble and protects your hard-earned profit margins. A professional closeout rests on 4 non-negotiable pillars: practical completion, handover documentation, user training, and the final account. Do not let end-of-project fatigue compromise the legacy of your team's hard work over the past months or years. The ultimate standard in the built environment is a project that is healthy, safe, structurally sound, and commercially finalized. Close your contracts fiercely. Executing a strict closeout permanently protects your clients, secures your cash flow, and solidifies your professional reputation.